Hi there, everyone. Once again, welcome. And today we have with us Sahil Sen. He's a developer evangelist at QuickNode, and he's a Ethereum developer and a blockchain expert. So this will be a introductory workshop, and there will be certificates for that. The link for the certificate will be shared at the end of the workshop. Meanwhile, please participate in the hackathon, HackJaipur. It's a week-long hackathon with 2 days of main project building. Okay, so next to you, Sahil.
Okay, thanks, Mayank. So, hey guys, how are you? I hope you all are doing well given the uncertain situations and everything. So, I am Sahil Sen. I am developer evangelist at QuickNode, as Mayank already said, and I am also a GitHub campus expert, which I won't be in few months because I'll be graduating. So, let's like just jump into it. So I'll be talking about demystifying blockchain, right? So what is blockchain? Do you guys have any idea? Like, you can't answer me right now, so I'll just go into it. Okay. So blockchain is basically like a series or a network of blocks connected with each other, and there are information in that block. It can be like uh, different information based on the use case, different information based on the type of the blockchain per se. For example, in Bitcoin blockchain, there's only the information about financial transactions and Bitcoin currency, but in Ethereum, there's a lot more to it. So let me just tell you a story. Okay, uh, there was a 5-year-old named Jack. So he wanted a toy, for say Superman toy for his birthday. So he wrote a letter to Santa that he wanted a Superman toy for his birthday, but he delivered it, like he was a 5-year-old, right? So he couldn't deliver it himself. So he gave that letter to his parents, and his parents, like being parents, opened the letter and saw that he demanded for Superman toy, but no parent would want that, right? So they changed the toy with the book, some book like educational book or something. So and they posted it. So the Santa couldn't get the toy request, and for his birthday he got the book, and he was very upset about it. But he didn't give up. He tried next year also, but this time he uploaded the letter to the blockchain network. There are different people present on the network, so all of them have the copy of that net letter. So this time also, as he's like 1 year older, say 6, so he couldn't deliver it himself, so he gave it to his folks, and again his parents read it and they changed it again. But as this time the whole network had his copy, so they disapproved this their parents' entry and marked it again as a toy. So Santa got the correct letter, what Jack wanted to send, and this time Jack got his toy. So this is the simplest example or simplest explanation of blockchain that I could give. So blockchain is like distributed network or distributed computers where every information which is uploaded is checked by every system, and it is verified, so no duplicacy, no fraudulent can happen, right? And you would say, what is Ethereum then? So I would go the start of the blockchain first. Blockchain first came into existence with Bitcoin, right? But before Bitcoin, there was a founding stone, you can say, for blockchain. It was BitTorrent. Many of you would say it's illegal and everything, but it's a really sweet piece of technology, right? So it's a decentralized application which allows users to upload data, usually media files like movies or music or games. So they will upload it. They will store They will store the copy of it in different computers throughout the globe, and anyone who needs the copy can just download it from the network. And so this was the paving stone for blockchain. And Bitcoin, when it was launched, the official term blockchain came into existence. Bitcoin was launched for making the payments decentralized, making the currency decentralized. Like uh, the companies, the big financial firms, the federal banks, the central banks have the control over the money in the country, right? So Satoshi Nakamoto, the founder of Bitcoin, he wanted a decentralized currency which none of the banks, none of the government could control, just the sender and the receiver had the control over it. So he created Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer network for decentralized payments. And this paved a way for enormous blockchain examples and application. And Ethereum is one of it, but Ethereum is a lot more than it. Ethereum is a network which was created by Vitalik for development of decentralized applications, and not just for transferring money or transferring cryptocurrency. It was like its main goal was to develop decentralized applications and to grow and to move world towards Web3. As you all know, future of web is decentralized internet. So he wanted that. Ethereum blockchain network is just second to Bitcoin. It's the second largest blockchain network. So you would say, how is Ethereum different from Bitcoin, right? So Ethereum has these things that it was not just, as I mentioned, that it was not just uh, focused on decentralized payments, but it was focused on making decentralized applications. So you would say, how can we make decentralized applications with Ethereum, right? So it has a thing called smart contracts. So smart contracts is nothing but a simple contract which we would see in your day-to-day life or in your the real life, but they are just digital. And smart contracts are a piece of code, you could say, which are stored on different computers in a block on the blockchain. So smart contracts have rules that what should be done and how it should be done in the transaction, right? For example, I would explain you smart contracts with an example of Kickstarter, the fundraising platform for innovators or developers or product developers and everything. So on Kickstarters, whenever a new product is listed by an organization or say by a startup, so they mention a target that they will have to reach that target, and after that target is reached, then they will cash out and they will send out the product. So customers or users of Kickstarters, they invest or they fund that product, and if the product is funded enough, it reaches the goal, then the customers get their product, and the developer of the product gets the money. And obviously Kickstarter holds some amount for their commission. So this has to be like reduced, right? Because Kickstarter acts as a centralized third party between these two parties, like the sender and the receiver, or the user and the customer, right? So it can be like, if you think about it can be horrific in certain situations, as they have the whole control, like what customers should buy and how they should buy and everything, the whole data. So here smart contracts can come into picture. Like, you can store the information in smart contracts. It's a piece of code, right? So you can store the information in it, like that. If the certain goal is reached, customers gets their product and developers get their money. If it isn't reached, then the customers who have funded the product already are refunded. So this reduces the need for a centralized third party, which can always be a good thing or better thing for the reason of security, for the reason of uh, freedom, for the reason of decentralizedness. So smart contracts are piece of codes which reduces the, or which eliminates the need for a centralized third party. Okay, and smart contracts runs on EVM. Like EVM are Ethereum virtual machines. They stores the smart contracts and they ensure that a certain smart contract should not have the state information of the other smart contracts, which ensures the security of the whole Ethereum network. Like Ethereum network is very vast and many people use it, so it can be prone to some hackers also, because like hack, that's what they do, right? So EVM was basically built to prevent DDoS attacks, and it ensures that by not like it ensures that by smart contracts not knowing each other's states. And the other important thing is dApps, decentralized applications in Ethereum. As I mentioned earlier, the Internet of Future is decentralized. So the applications that should be built on that internet should also be decentralized, right? So that's how the internet should be decentralized. It will be decentralized, without the need of a central entity or without the need of a central body governing it. So the other thing is DAO, decentralized autonomous organizations. So this is like, here's a con in Ethereum right now, but it will soon be eradicated. That decentralized autonomous organization are a group of stakeholders in Ethereum who like control, who basically controls and writes the rules, like how things should work in the network, how things should work in the Ethereum blockchain. So this is a con basically, but they are like great people, or they are like developers, Ethereum, mostly Ethereum core developers, so they won't like need to harm other people. So, and this will soon be eradicated by computer programs. It is getting eradicated by computer programs. These people usually write the programs, and those programs guides the rule in Ethereum network. So it's not directly directed by people, but it is in some way, right? But it will soon be gone in the future. And now you say how QuickNode helps us. So at QuickNode, we have always believed that blockchain should not be limited to the developers, or should not be limited to the hardcore developers, because blockchain is like, it's always seen as a very tough thing, or it's always seen as a very hard to get a hands-on thing, but actually it's not. Once you understand the whole concept of blockchain, it's very easy and it's very uh, like levitating, it's very easy to learn. So at QuickNode, we usually focus on making people aware about Web3, making people learn Web3. We have our guides and blogs going on every week. So it helps to, people to understand how blockchain works. It helps people to understand how how to get started with Ethereum, how to get started with blockchain. we recently launched our support for Bitcoin nodes also. So the guides for the Bitcoins also will be coming soon. And yeah, so for example, if we wanted to get started with the if we wanted to get started with the Ethereum development, you would need a huge infrastructure, like super powerful computers, not super powerful, but fairly powerful computers to run a node locally, because it has a lot of data. For example, a full node of Ethereum has GBs of data, an archive node has TBs of data. It takes around 3 months to fully sync an archive node, and you have to continuously watch that sync. That if anything goes wrong, whole node breaks down and you have to start again. So usually this requires a very skilled set of people, because like node maintaining a node is not a thing, and the infrastructure and the is always the thing, right? So at QuickNode, we provide nodes as a service. So you don't have to maintain the node here, we do it for you. And you just keep focusing on the development and other things, getting your product to market. So at QuickNode, we have a global network of nodes. We also have a node in India, Singapore, and never get a downtime easily. We have a like 99.9% prevention from downtime, so our nodes are never down. And we provide a GUI for node management. We have analytics, we have call rates, and we have everything. So you can just like watch it right there. It's right there in your account. And yeah, we also, as I mentioned, we are like bullish on just like educating everyone about Web3, and because we do believe that the future of internet is decentralized, and it is decentralized. It has to be, because as you see, like there are different security breaches every day, so it has to be decentralized. So now I think that yeah, this is fine. Blockchain is easy, but how to get started with it? How to actually get with it? So for this, I will like, walk you through it. Well, build a small centralized you'd say, because it will a small one, but it will be a decentralized application. So if you guys are following with me, so let's go to quicknode.io. I'm sorry for my reception. Sign in the new. You already have account, sign in. If you don't, please sign up. It's right there on the landing page. As you know, it's lockdown, so everyone in the house is using internet. Everyone is watching some stuff, so it's a bit slow here. So till then, you can like sign up, and till then you can just sign up your account and fill in the details, your name, your
Sir,
email
sorry to
ID.
interrupt, but your screen is not visible. Can you share your screen?
It just share it again. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay, okay. Yeah. So let's go to QuickNode. And for of you who don't know, it will be like you can download it from node.com/downloads. They have a really cool thing going on on the website after the whole Black Lives Matter protest. Yeah. So I will assume that most of you have Node installed on your computer. So after signing into your account, you will be seeing something like this, except this nodes. So you have to create a node. For now, you can select the develop pack. It's free. These are the networks which are available on the Ethereum network. Mainnet is the main Ethereum network. Robson and Winsley are test networks, and so basically the apps you make are tested on that before deploying on the main Ethereum network. Because many times it can like there can be some apps that can like break some part of the network or something. So it's better to be safe and deploy on self like test networks. So after creating the node, you will see a node sound like this. So you click on it. Yeah. And as I mentioned that you can see analysts, you can see bill, you can help. But as you just created this node, I don't think there would be any analytics. And they comes with the higher plans because in the develop plan is basically focused on the students because it is for free. So like students don't need that much analytics. Yeah. So this what you see here is your node's URL, which we will be using today. This is your node's HTTP URL and the WSS URL is just below it. You can simply copy it by clicking here. Okay. So yeah, we'll get started. First of all, we will be we will be installing ether.js. I assume that my control panel won't be visible. So I will make it visible. Just a second. Okay. So I guess I don't have to like share the command prompt, but it's right there in the slides. So you can simply write npm install save ethers. Npm is node package manager. It manages the different dependencies and different packages, different libraries that you use with your JavaScript projects. So it's really good tool, and it comes pre-built with Node.js. So that's why I told you to download Node.js. And after that, Ethers.js is a really lightweight library. Developed for it was developed as an alternative for a really popular, I would say, library called Web3. Web3 is the most popular library in amongst Ethereum developers. So I hope you would be able to see my screen right now. Ethers.js is getting installed. So till then, I would really like y'all to I would like y'all to join the Discord of QuickNode. There we have awesome Ethereum developers from all around the world who uh, help each other with different errors you might come across while developing it in blockchain, while developing in Ethereum. And you should also sign up for the newsletter we have going on every weekend. It's called Web3 Vibes. I guess it will take a long time, so maybe I shouldn't take that much of your time, and I'll just go on with the slides. That will be a better option, right? So after this ethers.js is installed, you just have to create a index.js file. Uh, you can see here we are importing ethers, the library we just installed via Node, and we are creating a variable for a URL. The URL which we saw here, and at this place, at the place of add your Ethereum node URL, you just have to copy this by clicking here. You simply can copy this by clicking here, and you just have to place it here. It will be your endpoint. It will be your gateway, I would say, to connect to the Ethereum blockchain network, and it will help you to connect to the Ethereum blockchain network without any hustle, without any uh, pain, because maintaining, as I mentioned earlier, maintaining a node, maintaining infrastructure for a node is really painful. And don't worry about the content. If you want to see the node, nodes URL, and if you want, I will share it with the group. And if you want the slides to see the code, I'll share it in the group if you want that. And here we are creating a HTTP providers variable. Here we are creating ethers instance. And yeah, I didn't mention this, but the calls we make to the Ethereum blockchain are JSON RPC calls. So whatever we get are in the form of JSON. So we JSON RPC provider this URL, as we created this URL, and this is get block number. This is a function of Ether's library. So we are just consoling it. So uh, I guess you all might know, but if you're not, don't worry about it. This is just the steps I walked you through. Copy the node URL. It's right here. Okay. So after creating that index.js file as it was there, you just simply have to go to the directory and write node index.js. Yeah, node. This will run the this will run your index.js file locally. If it's a HTML file, you write the node index.html and it will run your file in localhost. But as we just created the JavaScript file, we'll just simply write node index.js, and we as we wrote console. So as the command prompt or terminal, it's a console too. So our output will just be printed in that. And we wrote the code for latest block in the Ethereum blockchain. So get block number. This is the function which displays or which fetches the latest block in the blockchain network. As I told you, blockchain network is nothing but a connection or a chain of different blocks connected with each other, and every block is connected with the previous block. So we just fetched the latest block number, and this was the block number yesterday, latest block number yesterday. It will be much higher than this as of now, as of today, or as of the moment you will be writing this code. Yeah, so I guess that's it from my side. You can always reach out to us at Discord. You can always reach out to me at Twitter or Discord, or in on any on any ways you find. So if you can like drop a hi on Discord, I'll be there to answer your questions. And do subscribe to our newsletter. We get different resources, not from just our resources. We get different resources from the education industry, also from the market, also who different creators create to help students, to help developers, to help startups to build a product and work on it. So yeah, just like I I would say build the future, because it's decentralized, and they built a future with a safer internet. And that's it. Stay safe, guys. I guess over to you, Mayank.
Thank you, Sahil. Like my place, and Rishabh. So thank you, Sahil, for this wonderful session. I hope everyone enjoyed it. And we will be sharing the certificate link in the comment section. Mm, okay. Sahil, what's the link to QuickNode's Discord channel?
Uh, should I share it in the group and the Telegram
Uh,
and Discord groups?
no, you can just tell me, like in the chat section, there are some few questions, like someone is asking for the Discord.
Okay, just a second.
Mhm.
I'll just share the link to the slides. It has the links embedded to the text, so it will be easy for everyone to click on the slides links, right?
Okay, okay, cool.
Okay, did you get that?
Wait, wait, wait. Yeah. So I posted the link to the slides in the comment section. You can all find the details, everything into the slides.
You all just simply have to click the text which was on the last slide for Discord, for guides, for blogs. Just simply click on the text and you'll get there.
Fine, I guess there are no more questions, so like we can wrap up the session. What do you think?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank
Thank
you,
you so
fine.
much for having me.
Okay,
It was my
same
pleasure.
here. Same here, Sahil.
Thank you so
Hope
much.
you. Bye.
Bye bye. Have a good night.